to Seoul. We are here for the final Boulder World Cup of the year. My name is Matt Groom and I'm joined in the commentary box by expert route setter Mei Nakamura. Mei, how are you doing here today?
Good. I'm really happy to be here again.
We last did commentary back in Japan. You were living in Japan at that point. Now you're living in Seoul.
Yes.
Tell me, why did you make the move?
I've just always wanted to try living in a different country other than Canada and Japan. And it would have been nice if it was Korea and it happened. So I'm really happy to be here today.
Well, you are an expert at route setting movement for the athletes, and we were checking out these boulders that we can see on the stage. First of all, let's talk about the starting list. Mori just squeaking into the semi-finals. That was it was a risky moment for her. She had to wait quite a while for that one.
Yes, and we were quite worried about it, and then I think for a while we came really good.
Sorry, we're having a little bit of issues with the audio here. Apologies if you are having trouble hearing us. We're having trouble hearing as well, but we're trying to figure things out for you. And I know my co-commentator here has got no headphones at all. So I tell you what, I'm going to be doing a little bit of talking until we work that bit out. So this is the start list for the men. We can see a lot of Japanese athletes, a lot of Korean athletes. And Do Hyun Lee and Jungwon Chon, an amazing performance from both of them. Incredible, especially from Do Hyun Lee, who sent all 5 boulders. Mei, can you hear me now? We're still trying to work this audio out.
A little bit, but not a lot. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
And, sorry about these audio issues. We're trying to figure it out as we go along here, but this is our arena here in Seoul, and it's a new location, Mei, because we used to be in the waterfall arena, and now we've moved kind of to the center of town now.
Yes.
And these are the 5 boulders we have in front of us, and the athletes, 4 boulders in front of us, men and women on the stage at the same time. And some really physical ones, including women's number 3 here. There's a big jump at the bottom of that thing.
To something that's not that good. I think the degree is like 135-ish, quite steep. So we were right underneath the border and we were like, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. And the men's as well has an enormous jump at the beginning. There's a variety of styles, some big old, who makes those zebra holds? Is it Cheetah? I can't remember.
Sure. This is actually my first time seeing it in person. I might have seen it in the comp.
Yeah, there's different color patterns available. I've seen cheetah holds, zebra holds, all types. And the slab down at the end.
서울에서 열리는 IMC 월드컵 남녀 볼더링 준결승전 첫 번째 선수 소개가 있겠습니다. 먼저 남자의 스위스 그리고 여자의 일본의 아이모리 선수가 출전을 했습니다.
So Mori is underway here, 5 minutes on the clock, she's had 30 seconds. And mate, we know from Mori she has a certain style of climbing that she's really good at, but she does struggle with some of the powerful moves sometimes.
Yeah, she's got incredible grip strength and then very, very static. But I know she's also been working hard on trying to be a little bit more dynamic than she used to be before.
Well, she'll have the zone there on the board, and if you guys want to follow along for the live scoring, there's an IFSC app you can download. And the slab on the left, we're watching Julien Clémence here on the left, and in the sun at the beginning of the day, which is a bit tricky for the men.
Yeah.
So Julien trying this run and jump start, and both of us were trying to work out whether you do it statically or whether you'd run. You reckoned run, and it seems like you're right on that one.
Well, I think as we talked about in front of the border, if you're tall enough, maybe it's easy to run, and if you're short, maybe there's a way to do it statically. But Matt wanted to do it slower. He didn't want to run into the wall.
I just don't like running on mats. I find it really hard.
Same here, but sometimes you gotta do what it's made for, you know?
I feel like it's a life lesson, that one, mate. All right, well, Julien is up, moving into the shade now. And tricky feet here. The right foot is good, but you've got to try to work out how to swap it.
Because it's the pocket, and then the one above is like a lot more high profile, so you can't really see where you're actually stepping on.
And you can see he's trying to palm down. That zone hold, more of a thumb really than a crimp in there.
Yeah. Oh, he made it through.
He made that foot adjustment. He had the zone, of course, and now he's trying to go quite a big move up. Mori, meanwhile, is close to the top.
That
Julien
was so
falls.
close.
Now, this is a big move from She needs to come into this dish on the left. Oh,
That was just another close fall.
so Mori will rest again. I saw her in the hotel this morning. She was in her zone, chilled out at breakfast. Seemed very relaxed down there. I didn't want to disturb her.
Apparently she's really into Korean like cafe culture thing.
Okay.
And then she really loves Korean food. So she had been like saving a lot of spots around this venue. We actually dropped her off at the Korean restaurant last night.
No way. If you want to see us, myself and May, eating some food, including some very fresh octopus, then you can check out the World Climbing Club, free to watch on YouTube. And we also said goodbye to Gregor Vezonik yesterday, his final comp, and a really emotional moment with Janja Garnbret, so do go and watch that. All right, Julien with this run and jump start. There's no texture on that right palm. Creeping his way up into the light. I quite like these dramatic shadows. As much as the athletes won't enjoy the sunshine, it does look good on camera.
At least it's a gel texture, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to be slippery anyways.
They like a bit of moisture, don't they, sometimes? I was watching, I can't remember who it was, but someone licking fingers mid-boulder problem yesterday in order to hold the no-tex, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Camilla Moroni on the no-tex.
No, but I think a lot of Japanese athletes yesterday after the qualification were telling me that like the air felt so much drier in Korea. It is true. Japan is more humid, and then people in Japan are more used to climbing in like a more humid environment.
Yeah, they're just tougher, basically, all around. Mori is wrapping that right hand around the sloper.
We did go check the right hand, and it wasn't good, was it?
It wasn't at all, no. It's another one where her feet are so low on this, and yet there's nothing to stand on. It's not, and you can't really smear because the ball is hard to hold on to.
That's such a eye thing for her to do it, like try again in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah. She seems to have no concept of the clock sometimes, which I quite like about her. Right, well, boulder number 1 is done. Now listen, if you're watching at home, we will try to keep up with the action here, but we are going to have a lot of athletes climbing on this wall. And this is Julien. Pull that right foot up. And a top as well for Julien. So a good start to his competition.
It was an amazing performance for him.
Well. Okay, next up for the men is Diane Akhtar from Team GB, and then Madison Richardson. And the bottom of this order changed a lot yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, towards the end of the competition, which was interesting. And the conditions did change a lot. I think we finished around about 7:30 last night, and by the end of it, it was cold in the stadium.
But in the morning when they were doing the main round, it was quite hot.
Yeah, it was. Right, so Madison falls on her first go. 4 minutes left on the clock.
I believe she's one of the tallest athletes in semi-final round.
Yeah, I'll try to find it for you. Hang on, I'm just going to pull up my stats here. But yeah, Madison from Team Canada. And Diane doing this run and jump start. Now that left hand, it's dual text as well.
Yeah. And it's also undercling. And then there's also another jib where his right hand is grabbing on right now. And I think this is what you, Matt, was trying to see if you can do it.
Which he can't, so he's shutting my ideas down here. Madison, by the way, 168 centimeters, so fairly tall.
I thought she would be taller. I'm quite surprised.
I don't know what I consider tall anymore. What would you call tall?
Anyone above 165 for me, because I'm 153.
May, by the way, I was climbing in one of the gyms that she sets in, and she loves the dynamic jumps.
No, I don't.
You set a lot of them.
Well, a lot of Korean gyms ask me to, so I try to.
They were very good jumps.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, do come if you're in Korea. The gym scene here is really, really cool. Okay, Madison into the corner. Hard to bring your foot up. Imori could bring it up into that starting hold quite easily, and I think that's where the height might make a difference. If you're taller, it might be more difficult to bring that right foot up.
I think it's harder for taller people to shift their entire weight from one side to another, when shorter people have harder time spinning. The gas on is because you're shorter will be more open.
2 minutes on the clock. Diane again. It's kind of a hybrid of the two ideas here. Less of a run and jump. Now he goes way out of our camera shot and then presses up.
Now he's starting to fire.
Oh, I'm gritting my teeth watching this because I know how easy it is to pop the feet standing on that slippy surface. Okay, Diane moving right now. He wants to swap the feet. That's a nasty foot swap. He's going to have to Houdini swap it down. He does make it work. So from here, I'd expect him to get this zone. He's got to move his body, show the judges that he's using the hold.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, and that should be awarded now. So that'll be points on the board for Diane.
It always freaks me out when I see the time clicking as they have just made it halfway up. And especially seeing other people follow on the top move.
Yeah, he's got to get this right, hasn't he now? It's not, he doesn't, so I don't know if he's got enough time to do all that again.
I mean, 40 seconds. Possible, but not the easiest.
And he's resting as well, so he's going to have to be perfect on his next attempt. Madison as well gets underway, hits that left hand. She's struggling a bit now. And no zone for her, and she leaves without any points on the board. Back into the isolation zone. It's behind the wall, the warm-up area. The athletes then gather on the left behind those curtains. And Diane going again with 13 seconds. I don't think he's left himself enough time here.
Not for this kind of a border. If it was a fast slab, like running up to the finish, maybe?
1 second to go. Well, fair play, but it's just going to be a zone for him.
I know some athletes trying for the fast slab, which is like they try to climb a slow slab border within like 30 seconds or 30 seconds with limited amount of time, so that they can kind of feel like the last minute of the comp.
Yeah, because that pressure can do a lot of things to you. It's hard. All right, Jessica Pilch is out. And Charles Barron from the USA in his second ever semi-finals. Team USA actually got a clean sweep. All the boulders in their team made it through into the semi-final round.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pretty successful there at the office, that, isn't it?
I think that's for the French team too, right?
That, I can't tell you, to be honest. There's so many French athletes.
For men, at the very least, I think all
Yeah.
5 French athletes made it to the semifinals.
Yes, I think Lily Abriat missed out, so not a clean sweep for them. No, she isn't.
Yeah,
She is. Yeah, no,
Lily's
she is.
here.
Yeah, 7th. All right, Jessie cruising at the moment as she makes it through the first move towards the zone.
She did seem to have a hard time in the qualifying round yesterday. So I'm kind of excited to see.
She tried to put a toe hook in to make that move a bit easier.
I think Murray just made it look so easy after the zone. I think it just fit her size really well.
Yeah, I think you're right. But there are boulders later on that she might struggle with. Now, we have got another boulder in action, and I is climbing. We haven't had any shots of her yet. We're just sticking with the first 2. Charles Barron creeps over towards the zone once more. No, for the first time, sorry. Oh, wow. He's got that. He's going to be a top for him.
That is
Congratulations.
very smart. That is very smart.
Yeah, the setters would have wanted him to have done one more move
Yeah.
to get into that position, but he could span it out. Yeah, Jessie goes again out towards that dish, pressing into the corner. She's so powerful, and it's deceptively powerful at the beginning of this time. This is where she struggled before, coming into this zone. She wasn't awarded it on the last go. Has a healing up towards the ball.
Come on.
We did go take a look at that second last hole that her right hand is on right now. But that wasn't great.
No, it wasn't at all. It's very slopey and a nasty angle. It looks quite big there, but it's not. And again, with setting, you can make a good hole bad just by the angle that it's been put on the wall at. Imori's got no zone on boulder number 2 yet. And for me, this looked really tricky because that black Lynx slab, you've got to kind of run across it like this and then come into an undercling. Quite a sequency move for Imori.
We haven't really got a chance to take a look at the M2. But M2 just looks purely simple and hard.
Yes. Yeah, and when we say simple, what we mean is that the move is quite obvious to see. It's kind of coordination. You're slapping between big purple volumes. Not like there's a lot of different methods perhaps through it. They usually. So Juliet got a top on the first one. He wants a top on the second one here as well.
You guys can do it.
And then he got a minute to do it. I want to see some of these moves. And the fact he's resting this long and shaking out like that shows you how powerful it is. Up he comes, toe hook catch at the beginning, holds that right hand, and then just big, powerful moves all the way through this. Boosts up a bit low on that right hand. Jessie's just not enjoying the moves around this zone at all.
I'm not quite sure whether the size doesn't really match or the pass she doesn't really like. And she leaves the match, so.
Yeah, so she's gone. I'm not sure. She should have been awarded that zone from what I saw.
Now he's falling
right as well. He's still going as she always does with 5 seconds to go.
I mean, the next hold is a zone, so if she stuck a move, then she would have got a zone, so. I think it was worth a try.
Yeah, it's a very low zone, isn't it? This is the first move in the zone, and that always shows you it's a hard boulder now.
Yeah. I think the women's number 2 is like a short, hard quarter. And the women's number 3 that's coming up that we were talking about earlier is like just hard.
Representing Japan,
Long and hard.
Yes.
and representing China,
All right, Charles Barron, we saw a replay of him. Next up, the first of the Japanese men onto the mats, Yuji Fujiwaki. Team Japan bringing a massive team to this event, as they always seem to do.
I think a few missed the semifinal yesterday, but men had a really, really hard round.
Yeah, you're right. It was kind of a story of 2 rounds. The men's was maybe a bit too hard, the women's maybe a bit too easy.
Yeah. It's always the hard, like really hard to control because it's the first round of the comp.
Laura then with a heel in on the left. Different method there. There's one of 2 Chinese women in this. Yutong Zhang we'll find later on. Diane, he does get his powerful move to the zone. Puts in a heel, hits the left hand. Only a couple to go now, the top in sight for him. Oh wow, that stretch.
Oh my god.
I like that.
That was close, but he did look really stretched.
So we're watching Jilulo here. She comes up towards this zone hold once more. Coming into an undercling, matching underneath. There is that zone hold, of course, but it's one you have to wrap rather than crimp.
Yuji, gambare, gambare.
Jilulo falls. And Madison is on this jump to the right on women's 2.
Oh, Yuji just established the start. I'm not quite sure if this is his first time. Finally, mentally up on the start.
He's had 11 attempts on this.
Diane just topped the border. I guess he got the jump and toe catch thing.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a replay of that in a second. Yuji, oh, he nearly fell then, crimping the edge of the volume. Into the zone, thumb in action. And everyone seems to get to this point and then realizes that the left foot is a problem. Some have done a foot swap here. He crosses through underneath. It went quick at the top.
That was so close.
I'm enjoying this. There's a few methods through. I like the fact that Charles did the big stretch and got away with it. And then Yuji trying something a little different, kind of go quickly through. I wonder if he lost balance and then just decided, look, I'm going to fall off. I have to do this move like that.
I think he was trying to fall into the finish and he went a little too fast. So it like kind of started pushing off the wall.
You'll have to see if he does that again. 30 seconds on the clock here. Yulor coming up underneath, thumbs in action as she hits this terrible sloper.
I think she was really not liking trying to get herself out to the top hold, and then her foot ended up slipping. Oh, he got out really fast.
Yes, he did. Now, what's he going to do? I think, the right hand pops, and yes, he's only got 10 seconds. I think he's a little bit disappointed there.
I love how expressive he is on the mat, I think he's one of the most expressive person in Japanese climbing team. And people love his energy.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, isn't he? Well, let's see what Diane did here, because he did get this top. Cracked in a heel. This is what he did before. And then at the top, big foot swap and a kick, and he caught that toe. That is a brave move to set. And it worked, so fair play. His teammate Toby Roberts not here in Korea. He's having a well-deserved break after climbing a lot this year.
I think that's what Yanya was talking about yesterday. She said she wouldn't have been here if Gregor, like if this wasn't the last comp for the Gregor.
Yes, I think she's got other duties somewhere in Asia after this. But yeah, Yanya did the... oh, by the way, Mori has just done the big jump on women's number 3. We'll watch that in a second, but Jessie Piltz came close as well. There is Ai. So she jumped up to the tuna hold.
Also, Julian's making a big progress in men 3 that we can't really see on the screen right now.
Yeah, it's all go here, the action. Will stick with Ai, though, as she comes out into the first of the pinches, comes underneath. She's one move away here. This could be her first top of the round if she can match this final hold. And she can.
That was awesome.
You know what? I would not have expected her to get that boulder. You know,
I know we were a little bit worried about the first move, right? And now he is on the top. I think they both are on their flash attempt.
Yes, possibly. And this hold.
And he's kind of like hesitant to bring his right foot up because you can't really see it, but it's the jaw texture side.
Wow. Yes, because the other side of it's got a bit of friction. Julien on form right now. And a big smile on his face and a fist pump.
That's awesome.
So Giorgia Tessio underway for Italy. She is a powerful climber, and I think she'll enjoy some of the later boulders. This one may be a little out of her style, quite techy at the top.
I'm quite surprised with like how women's 2 first move has given a lot of people a hard time.
Do you see it being a bit easier for them than they're finding it?
That's what I thought, because it looked quite simple. But the angle of the wall, angle of the hold, and the volume is like complete opposite. So I can kind of see how they can't quite get the right position.
And we will let you know about appeals, and this is important because during Prague, for example, there was a big change in the order from semi-finals to finals. So we'll let you know when we get appeals from the judges, but it can change after we go off air. And again, you can check on that app. Jay walking across this slab like it's nothing. He could pull on that zone hole better than anyone else seemed to. Wow, a quick one from him as he leaves the stage. Okay, and Jessie still struggling with this move. Just 2 boulders now. We've seen some quick ascents from Mori down on the right. Giorgia now has a toe in underneath. She's wrestling her way around it.
I wonder if setters did this on purpose by having like super powerful boulder in the first one.
You mean, so the order, yeah, because the setters can decide what order they put the boulders in.
Yeah, but I think most of their feature comp, they try to do it from like either all the way from the left side or all the way from the right side. With how it was yesterday, all the qualification borders also started from the left side and it went to the right side, so I also expected the same way.
Yeah, they sometimes do that for TV purposes because it can be easier to follow for the cameras.
Especially with like women and men climbing at the same time, it's always good to have a like same order along the way.
Yeah, it can be confusing. We've got 8 athletes running on trying to find their boulder. All right, Charles Barron, he is trying something different. He goes for another stretched out approach, and that's not going to count.
That was so close with 20 seconds left.
He just dropped out of our shot there. Now, although he did have two hands on the top hold, you've got to show control, and that wasn't controlled. 7 seconds, and it's not going to be enough time. That is about as close as you can get to finishing a boulder and not quite getting it done. Let's see. Hi, Mori. So this was the jump that I was worried she might struggle on, but no issues for her. She hits the tuna hold.
For the tuna, it gets better as you get in deeper. She didn't even get that deep, and she's still second.
Awesome work from my Mori. It's really good to see. And Julien brought the right foot up. He didn't like it. Understandably, it was pretty slippy to stand on, made the match. And then asked for the crowd to here, really smooth across the slab. I'm just amazed he managed to find that right hand didn't pop. We've seen it happen a few times, but it worked for him as he made the match. It's a fun crowd here. They were a bit quiet during qualifying yesterday, but there's more people in the audience today, and they're really getting behind the athletes.
I think
here.
it was also because it was weekday yesterday, and it's a holiday today in Korea.
Yeah, there were lots of streets shut on my way in to the arena today. There were markets taking place down, and it looked fun. Now Tomoa Narasaki into the zone. He won the first boulder comp of the year.
That is so sketchy.
And Madison needs to find some power now. She's near the top. Flying move to come. Expect his legs to kick up high, and they do, but she controls it well, gets in a toe and makes the match.
Maybe another flash and women's three.
Once again, my route reading showed up. I thought it was going to be really hard, that jump.
I mean, we were on the same page for that.
Okay,
so.
that's good.
Maybe it was a little too early for us. We didn't have enough cup of coffee.
That's true. I wasn't one coffee at that point. I've had a second one since then, and now the jump looks easy. Caffeine wins. Diane. As we get to see the top of this tricky boulder. So you go up right, that's where the friction is for the right hand, and then you have to lose it by palming. Shoulder press up towards the top now.
Almost close. Almost close.
Oh, good flexibility to bring that right foot up. Good work from Diane.
2 tops for him as well.
Strong round, eh? And his teammate Erin McNeese will climb in the women's comp later on. So, Melody, is she a climber you know?
Yes.
Tell me a bit about her. In terms
Very
of style.
shy. Very stubborn. And she trains where Taba used to train.
I like the stubborn description. Stubborn in life or stubborn in terms of climbing?
In terms of climbing.
Okay.
Like, she's really quiet unless you get to know her really well. But like inside her, she has a lot that she's thinking about. And then we always talk about like little body positioning or like little movement that she's not the best at. But she tends to get quite nervous on the first boulder. So I'm hoping that she can do well in the first boulder to have a better flow for the rest of the round.
So does she tend to need to settle down? Like if she gets the first one quickly, that calms her down?
A little bit, yeah. I think that's what happened yesterday. She took some time, some attempts on the first boulder, but she managed to finish it, and then she had a better round. But she said she was quite nervous after the round.
That's interesting. This is great. I've got an insider into the Japanese team sitting next to me. This is brilliant. Okay, Tomoa. Now, where that left foot is, there's no text and there's dual text, and he's just found the texture.
I don't know how he managed to stand on that part. It might have been less sketchy than like trying to do a blind foot switch. But it is also stressful.
Highly stressful. I was stressed. I thought he'd gone a bit too high on it, but I think he just found the edge.
I think that comes with like the height difference.
This women's too is proving really tricky for everyone. It's the black volume is the hard thing to stand on. It looks bigger on TV than it is in real life. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, it is less like high profile than it actually looks on the screen. So
Melody there.
she's yet to secure the zone.
Up above her head, you can see the circle.
That's one of the zone hold where you kind of have to be slow and controlled to stand up and then get into the position and go in dynamic like she did won't probably be the right way to do so.
Okay, Madison coming up. We know this boulder's... Oh, this was a replay. Sorry, yes. She did it earlier, so it had the flick of the feet.
I think it was also her flash. So was Diane's.
Yeah, I'll just have a little look at that. See, I'm going to the IFSC app now as well. There's this ongoing joke that I've got like shares in the IFSC app, so I talk about it so much, but it is really good. It was a flash, yes.
But Diane was second try.
And that was Tomoa. Okay, another rotation through. Paul Jempt. No, we've got Manu on the mats. Now Manu coming off the back of a fantastic silver medal in Prague. And we interviewed him yesterday, and he was saying how, you know, the injury that he had, I think it was elbow. Well, there was a few things, but the last one was elbow, and it really affected him more than he talked about publicly. So for him, it's like his medal was the end of a long comeback for him. But he was fully aware that he could do it, whereas I think the rest of us were like, I was worried that the days of Manu Cornu winning medals was maybe gone.
I think he took a really good care of the elbow, like he was super careful with it, and it did take a while for him, but I'm really impressed by how like focused he was about recovering well to prepare for the better stage.
I agree with you, it was smart from him. And we saw Jesse there in the background getting a top, and eyes on the slab on the far right.
Come on, Charlie. Come on.
No text hold to start with. Manu, meanwhile, has got stood up and is trying to do this foot swap. Oh, Julian with one hand on it. He's had a few moments.
So close, but like within 2 minutes, he was on the wall. I don't know how gassed out you would be with that press.
It is physical. Manu is still going. Wonderful footwork as he brings that left foot in.
I'm always so amazed with like French team footwork and like his slab ability.
Yeah, you're right. It's something that everyone talks about. And I'm still trying to figure out why. I want to know the secrets to the French team. Maybe they've got an amazing no-hand slab or something.
I think it's really interesting how like each country has their own preferred wall shrines in the gym, and then for France, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but seems to have like lower overhang, like less of an overhang and more of a slab or vertical wall, whereas in Korea we barely see any slab in any gym.
I guess that's why it makes Do-Hyun Lee sending all 5 yesterday so impressive. You know, he has got that all-round ability. Whereas maybe someone like Chon needs to work a little bit harder at it.
I've been telling him to go France to train for slab, but he hasn't really done that. But he did top a slab last night, or yesterday.
He did. There's Lily Abriat, so French team out in force on the mats. Manu is back up again. Manu held that right hand in zone hold for such a long time. I was worried about him sweating off it. Let's see it again. This is part of this great footwork he did. Like, that left foot's on no text. He's not even on. Is it on the jib?
I think it's on a screw hole. There's a screw hole on that hole.
Oh yeah. So no jib there, just a hole. Ooh.
Yeah, but that's like as good as a jib.
We'll disagree on that one, mate.
I don't know. You haven't tried it.
Maybe I'll go out there in a minute.
I can't try, but I can see that as a center.
So Manu, he wants to match these feet, and the problem is the right foot when it's in is really in that pocket. And to swap,
trying the same method Mo tried.
His hips are a bit back from the wall when he tried that. Now, Mori is one move away here. She's got the double gas on. She's made the match on the left. And I think she needs to bring the right foot up maybe here. Or she's going to try. That right foot's on a very nasty. And this is what we were talking about, whether you stand on that foot. And she is.
And gets her second top of the round. That was amazing. With 15 seconds left.
Well, she started slow. She finished strong. That's 2 out of 4 for Mori. And Manu is still going. 8 seconds to go. He's going to have to fall into this if he's going to get it done in time. Oh, no. Close, but not quite. So Manu with his thinking face on here as our brushes come up.
Isn't he also another like super facial, expressive person to watch?
I love it.
I love it too.
This was Jessie very early on. The women's boulder here is pretty doable, women's 3. You've got to get it done. Jessie sent it fast. And Julianne, that says it all.
I think he like literally gave it all on his first attempt.
Yes, he's done. And this was Manu, which attempted this. I think this was
early on? Oh, the last round maybe?
But this is Mori's top. That right foot is awful. It's pointed the wrong direction. She trusted it stretched up onto that cone-like hold. Good work from Mori, so she is done.
Serrato's out.
Yeah, he qualified fairly low down the order for him. We're used to seeing him higher up.
I heard that he didn't really have a good time climbing yesterday. They didn't really get a good flow.
Okay. I still feel with Serrato that he's. Oh, look at this from Gets the top, as we'd expect, on her flash attempt. Yeah, with Serrato, I get the feeling he's still learning, you know. Like, he's obviously incredible, but he just does have sometimes these comps where it doesn't work for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Katja Debovitz. Saw her as well in the hotel. She told me she was struggling with sleeping last night a little bit. I know, so I hope she's had a coffee as well. And Madison trying to snatch for a hold that wasn't really there.
Melody's sick in the move though. On the second border.
Oh yeah, and the second as well.
The last move was what we were worried about as well.
Hopefully we'll get a replay of that first move, because no one else has got it yet. And catch it off the ground again, she goes left. Yeah, this boulder wall is a pre-built, It's been built for this event, but the lead wall that will be in action tomorrow is permanent, and it's enormous. 40 metres long with the speed wall section attached to it. 17 metres high.
There you go. First off for UGD.
So the showman gets it done. And a big smile for him as well.
But I heard that bordering wall is the same as last year. Like all the terrain are the same apparently.
Yeah, it's a good wall, I think. I like the angles on it.
Let's go, Tomoa.
I like the slabs at either end as well. Tomorrow trying that kick.
Do you think he can span that?
It's a long way, isn't it? I think Diane's a little taller the way he did it. Diane, as we speak about him, flies across towards the yellow blob, sticks the right hand.
This would be big if he could top this four as well. This would be 3 tops.
Heading towards finals.
Almost.
There you go. And
good work from Diane. That is 3. That could be good for him. Wow. Well, good stuff from the Brit. His previous best was 15. So he could be on for a PB here. Madison, meanwhile. Now, that left hand, you spotted that, Crib. It was so small I couldn't see it, but there is a bit of an edge created.
I don't know if I never used that though. So.
Which is a surprise, because she loves a terrible crib.
That is very true.
So Serato as well is not getting to get to the end of that slab. Catch it is up towards the zone. I don't think she'll be awarded it though.
I wonder if he's mentally exhausted from the really, really long season with Olympics as well.
Yeah, the mental thing is tricky. I mean, in Copper, I think mentally he struggled a bit in the lead round. Just didn't quite perform. Same in Prague. So yes, maybe he needs a bit of time away from this circuit.
Well, I think this is one of the last comps of this season that he will participate.
Oh, Melody had one hand on the final hole, but couldn't do it. So we're talking about the fact that, you know, she's nervous at the beginning of competitions. This won't be helping the nerves for her.
But I think her facial expression was better this time, leaving the mat. So I think she was at least happy, kind of getting the sense of the entire Boulder.
So good, you know, the Japanese team as well, because it can be difficult. Something like Melody, for example, you know, she is quite shy. And when you're an outsider, it's hard to know these things. And it's so good that you're here to tell us.
I just kept on speaking to her until she was comfortable with me. It took like a few years.
Wow. That's a dedicated friendship making that one, mate. I like it. This is Diane at the top, but this is a great performance from him, as I said. In previous best was 15, so good work.
Yep.
And from Team France here, we've got Thomas Lemanginer out, and then Manu Cornu is on this powerful purple boulder. And the home crowd hero will be out soon for the women's shins. So, our first ever semi-final, which I think in Seoul. Georgia Tessio, as expected, is doing well on this boulder. Hits the right hand. She's going to get this done quick. It's her kind of a thing. I'll bump her up the standards. Thomas at the bottom trying to get a feel back to rock. Oh, look at this from Agat. Well, she medalled in the European Championship recently. And the young athlete is really one to watch from the French team. She's finding so much confidence. Charles, meanwhile, is bumping that right hand, adjusting it. Yeah, it's fascinating watching Agat come through. She's becoming more of a regular in the French team, and that was a quick send of a hard boulder stand.
She's been training for a while with Mandy as well. So I think it's always fun to climb alongside your teammates.
Yeah, the French team are a real unit. You know, they kind of move en masse around the world together. Maybe I need to do a year. I need to badger the French team until they all become friends. They are very approachable, though. Alright, Jessie Hills. Right foot creeping up higher as she tries to find the balance here.
제 주위에 시야 방해가 될 수 있으므로 우산이 엎어주시면 감사하겠습니다. 다시 한 번 더 안내
Make the match,
말씀드리겠습니다.
though.
말씀 세븐드위츠 우산을 사용하고 계신 분이 주위에 시야 방해가 있을 수도 있기
And the
때문에
conditions in the stadium, it's a very sunny day. In the shade it's quite cool though, and that mat is in the shade. And as we said, very dry atmosphere. It's not at all humid. Pretty perfect, to be honest.
I think so. I think for the finals it would even be better because it would be even cooler.
Yeah, the finals taking place at 6 p.m. Korean time. No idea what that is in Central European time if you're watching. I'm trying not to think about it currently. So Thomas stood up, makes this foot match. That was confident stuff from him as he now gets the right foot buried into this pocket. This should be the zone they're in. Trying to do what Tomoa did. Left hand bobbles before he can make it work.
And a minute left on the clock.
Not a lot of time. Jessie Pilks, meanwhile, has gone up towards the top hold here. She's had the two Gaston to kind of pull sideways on these holds. And we saw Aimori get her right foot up here, and Jessie hasn't done it yet, but she looks at the hold now.
The finish is quite good, so I wonder if she's going to try to, like, kind of jump for it.
Off that left foot, yeah. There she is, look. Kind of pushes you out though, the way those orange holes are. So Charles falls and he's not going to get that done. I think everyone's going to leave it on this round. He says goodbye.
Tanya's still working on it.
He's got to be quick. Can this be another Manu buzzer beater moment here? He eyes up the top. He looks left for the toe catch. He'll jump, but misses it by quite a way. Thomas looks backwards. Hey, transition time. As we come up to 10 to 11 here in Seoul. You're watching here Georgia Tessio, who cruised her way through the powerful moves here. Look left, hit that, and from that point on, not many have dropped it. Fired up towards the top, bit of a kick of the legs, gets that toe hook in, nice and easy. Well, a big announcement has just been made in the stadium because Seon So is out and about on the mats. Her first semi-final here in her home World Cup. Which, when she told me that yesterday, I couldn't quite believe it. I thought she'd made them.
She had made semi-finals on the Boulder round before in Seoul as well.
No, first time for her, so great to see her back. And for the men, Angelique Pahak, as we reach the midway point of this semi-final. 10 athletes to go after this, and you can see the leaderboard on the right then. Diane Akhtar leading the way in the top spot, followed by Charles Barron. We're looking for just 6 athletes, so Tomoa Narasaki in the danger spot, but of course he's got times to go. So plenty of time for things to change around. And there is the hometown hero, which will be, I presume, in action on the leaderboard as well in a couple of days. It's a busy schedule here. We have speed tomorrow.
In Collie for league on Saturday, and semi-finals and finals on Sunday.
And you're coming back, right, for semi-finals?
Yes.
Jululua one move away. Makes that little adjustment with the right hand, wraps the left, creeps the right foot higher but doesn't like it.
I think out of the screen, but Tomoa and the Melody both finished their third quarter without us having chance to even see it.
I think you're missing Katya as well. She got through the first move. So she's one away now. This press to come.
Oh, that's quite actually slow.
Yeah, I think the slower way is better.
But the left foot, I checked and it's not good.
I think she wants to bring the right foot up to push backwards, like almost like an Egyptian drop knee thing, but it's really tricky to do that on that left foot.
Like, I think ideally you want to push a little bit closer to the foot, but having your hands closer to the foot, your foot has to like straight down pushing it, and the angle of the hold isn't really allowing you to do so.
Yeah, it's complicated up there at the top.
It's so simple, but you have to do a lot in just one move.
Anje on the slab now.
One of the highlights of yesterday's qualification for him was on his first quarter, he tried to run all the way to men's 5.
Yeah, I saw that, yes.
And then he went through men's 4, and then Tomoa was like, yo, you're not going that way. Come back.
Yeah, that did make me giggle a bit. Yeah, even after all these years of competing, you can still get it very wrong. And he spins off out of our shot, and then Shenso works her way up slowly towards that zone hold. All action on the wall here. Yuji as well, he launches left, but doesn't make the move. Law here trying to trust that left foot.
This shows how hard it was to bring her right foot up for Aimori.
Catch it, one move away. This is the complicated move we're talking about. Not quite.
I would stay zoomed up on the foothold, or maybe I take a picture and post on my stories later.
Yes, do. Actually, yeah, drop. What is your Instagram so people can follow you?
It's MN1516.
There we go. Please follow me. If you want to find out all about Korean setting.
Or all the Korean food.
All the Korean food, yeah. Although, honestly, the octopus.
It tastes good. It tastes good. It's just like it grosses you out for the first time.
The thing is, it didn't gross me out, but it was the fact it was moving in my mouth. Okay, that is tricky for me.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to point out, you didn't eat that much of it yourself. Like, you had a bit.
Yeah. No, because it was so far away. The plate itself was so far away from me.
Good excuse, that one. I'm going to use that. Yeah, you can watch that on the World Climbing Club. It was released yesterday, so you can go check that and all some qualification highlights, interviews, loads of stuff on that show. Now this is
a flash.
A flash, really? Was that
yeah,
Samoa?
because it had only been like 50 seconds for him.
Good spot. Clock at the top showing us.
We get 5 minutes for the semi-final and 4 minutes for the final, but final has the observation time beforehand, right?
Yes, exactly. The athletes get to read the boulders. And this is Melody as well. Powerful stuff from her. Nearly got the toe kind of stuck underneath then, and it came out. There we go for her. All right, there is...
That's Paul?
Yeah, Paul on the left.
And Erin.
And Erin, I mean, look, Erin is just, this year has been Erin's year. It's incredible.
It is crazy, like how she's grown so much in the past year.
The fact that at the very beginning of the season in China, I went into isolation, sat down with her and was just like, look, tell me about yourself, because no one really knew, you know, and now we just expect her really to definitely make semi-finals and probably make finals.
I think that was the same conversation Japanese team had too in the beginning of the year. They were like, who's Erin?
Yeah.
And now, I mean, she'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, Olympic finalist, she's done everything this year. Incredible.
She's also another like kind of facially not that expressive person.
Yes.
Like Aimori or like Soroto.
Yeah, she's fairly shy. Although, I do try to put a camera in her face regularly, and to be fair to her, she's pretty good at talking on camera.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I catch her unawares a few times, so it's great because I want people to know her because she's great, you know. And as you say, perhaps not as expressive as some of the others, which can be hard when you watch, but she's a great personality, such a good climber. And look at this, Paul Jenk using his height. Charles did it the same way, stretching out.
He's like, is this right? But I guess I take it.
Yeah, it worked. And I know the French team will be screaming at him from somewhere in the audience. It's Giorgia Tessio finishing off the slab. Manu is in action as well. Yeah.
He went to the top hold in a different way and didn't manage to match the finish.
Giorgia then starts this slab. They're pretty good holds at the bottom of this slab. They get worse and worse as you go up. She's only got one top, so she's outside of a final place at the moment. Needs this. Very blind as she drops onto the texture bit and wiggles the foot in. good movement from her. Okay, one move to go there from Georgia, and we've seen a few different methods. A few people try some things at the top of this slab.
Still trying to find the spot.
Kind of caught in two minds, didn't really commit to any method.
I wonder if it's kind of a blind because of the zone hold. So you can't really see where you want to step on with the crimp that I was talking about.
Yeah, good point. Sometimes I want a bird's eye perspective of some of these holds, you know, like I want to be able to control, I want a drone that I can control so I can fly in and have a look down. That is a Gat struggling on women's 2.
She got the zone, but she's been struggling to get the next hold because it's another jump. Jump after jump.
Jump after jump. She kind of punched the volume that time as well. Erin's got a minute to figure out the stripy zebra problem down on the left here. Georgia gets stood up once more onto this slab, starts to creep those feet over. DJ playing some pretty aggressive techno here for early in the morning. It's 11 AM for goodness sake. I want to be eased into my day, you know.
But I bet athletes will like it rather than just like slow, sleepy cafe music.
I just think they need to... Oh, look at this. That was a gap. Well, she struggled to refine the bottom sequence, but this lady is so impressive right now. That's 2 out of 2 for her.
That's a good start.
Team France leave together. The audience in the sunshine. Umbrellas out protecting them from the rays as we watch Paul Gem's top. Paul using his height to his advantage, stretching over. Paul Gem's route setter's nightmare.
So it's Meiichi Narasaki from Japanese team.
Yeah,
He's
you're
really
right.
tall.
Yeah.
I think his arm span is like around 2 meters.
Yeah. It's like, how do you know, it's impossible. And this was Manu. So you land on the white volumes, you re-jump up to the sloper. Paul was just like, what's the problem? Stretch, everyone. Go gadget arms.
I've been trying to, but I haven't grown since I was 14, so.
I hate to tell you this, mate, but I'm not sure you're going to.
You never know. Maybe I stretch a little bit more.
You're going to be dangling off things now with weights on your legs. Serato pushes to this. This is a flash, I think, from him. Kicks the right foot up. Great work from Serato. And he's another one who needed the score here. Doesn't show any emotion as he comes down. I think a bit disappointed in what happened before.
Tomorrow already making it to closer to the top. Oh, he goes slow.
No, he doesn't.
Of course he didn't.
I loved watching, well not loved, I felt for Akio, but during the Olympics, Akio's face, you knew everything that was going through Tomoa by watching Akio.
They support each other really well.
I think when we last did commentating together, his unborn baby was very soon to be born and he was still competing. We were both surprised that he was on the mat.
I wonder, I believe they are around 1 now? I think it's been a year.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to put some money on that child becoming a future world champion at climbing, I really would, because those genes. Oh. Right, Mao and Nakamura. Go on, tell us a bit about Mao.
She's also another very stubborn person. I think she trained really, really hard for this year's Japan Nationals, and she actually won for the very first time. And she made it to finals for the couple of the World Cups this year, but are yet to get on the podium.
And the smile. Is that one of those fake it till you make it smiles? You know, when like athletes are kind of kidding themselves, or is she genuinely that happy with it?
She's just enjoying it. She's just enjoying the fact that like sometimes it's Rigi because she's quite small in the team as well. She's maybe around 156.
Yeah. Or Tomoa goes slower this time. Better from him as he makes the top.
Another 3 top, but a little bit different because he's got the first one top and then Diane got second one top.
Good setting. There is Mao underway. Yeah, I always talk about her smile because she makes me more psyched to climb than any other athlete. Like the way she approaches every boulder, I'm like, I want to go and climb.
I think she just like enjoys every moment of her being on the mat, despite her being really, really nervous for this comp. She was like, my organs seems like I feel like I'm puking on my organs.
Wow.
That's what she was talking about.
I really hope she doesn't.
I didn't know she would get that nervous.
No. Oh, that's the thing, she doesn't look it at all. All right, Melody on the top of the slab now. Which feet is she going to pick? There is that little edge you can stand on by the right foot. There's the higher hold on the zone. There's the foot match. I think like Jessie, she might try to jump off his left foot. She's certainly eyeing it up, isn't she? But now she's just, if she jumps, you bring the right foot. Oh, and eventually she waited too long. Look at the men, that's Mejdi Shout up and about and standing up on the slab.
I'm surprised that he's still there. I thought he would be walking up and then.
It's a very good film that was released. I think it was an Adidas film. All about his journey from the Olympics. It has not been easy for him. I think everyone saw him as a favourite for the Olympics in the beginning, and he didn't quite fulfill those expectations. And as an athlete, that's got to be very difficult to come back from.
With 5 seconds left, I don't know if this will be
Probably quicker than I know. So no top for Mejdi, but it will be a zone for him.
3 more borders to go.
I like the pace of this. It's gone quickly, the semi-final. I'm enjoying it. Adam Sahar is out, and as we watch Katya here launching up, she did that nice and quick, and loads of people have done. Yes, and then Tomoa was too quick the first time. This was him launching up towards the top. Slowed things down a little bit on the top.
And representing France, Zelia Bezu.
This was his successful attempt to pick the left hand, matched him with the right. Job done for him. Yeah, so Adam Shahar on the left, he was incredible in Prague. We gave him Athlete of the Week, which is a award we give it away at every competition.
Did he make final for the first time ever?
One spot away from finals
okay.
in his first ever semis. I think he's only done this. I think this is his 3rd World Cup or something.
I think it's his first year in the circuit. I saw him compete in USA Combined Nationals a couple years ago. And it was kind of interesting because it didn't look like he would top a border, but he would.
Yeah.
And then no one was watching it.
Yeah, he said to me he loves crimps. He doesn't really like the new school corridor moves, but from what I've seen, he's pretty good at them. Who's topping there? Is that Paul? Paul gets 2 out of 2. And Zelia Avazu is next.
Paul just doesn't look like he knows what he just did. Like, did I just top a border or what?
Like he's finding it too easy. Man who launches and misses.
A lot of French team on the mats right now.
Yeah, it's all blue out there.
Sort of 5 maybe?
And Thomas gets that done quickly too. Yeah, yesterday it was, it is all blue because Erin's blue as well. So Adam Shahai is onto the zone. Zelia Avazu falls, asks for a brush.
Apparently Zelia has been studying Japanese for like 200 days on Duolingo.
Oh wow.
According to Mao.
I think an extended Japanese trip is on the cards then for Zelia Avazu. And Gat as well is on the doable Boulder 3.
Oh, Erin's up on the last move.
She calms down. She's very low at the moment, though.
Come on.
Head in her hands. She always does that when she thinks she's made a mistake.
Come on.
And a gap. That's three, I think, for her. Yes, look at that. Sitting in the top spot.
Dancing on the wall today.
I tell you, she is one to watch for the future.
I always love when like a few of the first ones that come out on the mat are the ones who actually make it to the finals. And then we expect the route to be a little easy, and it's not. They're just like having a good time.
Yeah, you say that, but for me, it's an absolute nightmare because I think it's either been like undercooked or way too easy, and I get really scared, and then they prove me wrong, which is good. But I never quite know how to read it. And of course, my job is to sort of guess things and predict things a little bit. Erin will go again with a minute 38 on the clock.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's the right position this time.
Got the head in her hands, clearly it worked. She figured it out. That was a good comeback from her. Adam Shahar is struggling to get in the starting position. He did this in a really awkward way before, almost pressing up right between his legs, head down. Hasn't got long though, that minute mark went.
Both Lily and Manu is kind of having a tough round this morning. Having no top, a few zones.
Hasn't got long here, 35 seconds. She's going to be way outside of her final spot. Manu, I don't think it's going to be finals for him either. Just zones so far, no tops.
Big job, guys. Come on, guys.
Well, the round ends. Now the audience area is separated, just to let you know. Audience at the back, and then athletes, coaches down at the front. This was Thomas, who got this done pretty early on. Kicked that right foot up, missed it the first time. Had to adjust the hands to give himself a bit more space to bring that right foot into action. Made the match.
아베주 선수 그리고 중국의 유통장 선수가 출발을 하겠습니다. Representing France, Sam Abeju. Representing China,
Gat.
Yutong.
This was her fighting, hit the top pole with the right. Made the match.
선수는 세 번째
Stuff from her.
문제 출발하겠습니다.
And Erin coming through, a flick of the feet, quick work.
We have Sam and Yutong on the first quarter. We missed it out of the screen, but Serato reached on the last quarter and flashed. And I think Chainsaw is also on the flash attempt.
Yeah, this Boulder.
We just missed out, but Serato flashed the fourth quarter too.
Oh, sorry, I left the commentary box to sort out a technical problem. I've missed some action. That's terrible. Quick work from the Korean athlete. She leaves the stage. Serato clearly then coming through. And then Sam Abazu. The man with laser focus in his eyes into the zone.
Trying to get anything to hold on out of that volume.
I hate it when athletes do this. My fingernails are aching sympathy. Oh, he nearly fell on that zone. Oh, and then the foot goes.
I think Yueton, her nickname is Tonton. She trains mainly in Japan. She's been studying Japanese as well. And it's pretty close with Ai Mori.
Alright, so catch it on the final slab hit on the right. She's down in 7th with the top in the zone. Gotta be so careful with the feet here. Looks left. Drops down. Trying not to breathe as she tries to move her way over onto that crimp.
That crimp looks fairly good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it does now. You pointed it out. I couldn't see it at all when we first looked at it.
But no one seems to be using it a lot, so maybe not.
Okay, Yutong Zhang. He's down at the end, and Sam obviously has a long look at the final hole from a different angle here, trying to figure out which bit to grab it on. Oh, look at that first move. It's a brutal one on women's too.
They're so close for her though. That's a different method too, because most people have been stopping in the first volume, but she's been going all the way to the second volume as well.
Catch it. Confused by that slab. Well, the announcer just announced that Mejdi Shao, because he leaves, bouncing his way through M2. Dong getting stood up. She was super impressive during the Jakarta Asian qualifier for the Olympics. That's where she secured her place. Pretty well on the youth circuit as well. Hasn't quite won as many medals as we thought she might after that youth performances.
And I think she was off of the comp circuit for a few years, and then came back to the senior stage, and now back on doing really well for both quarter and lead.
선수들이 고생하셨습니다. Katja, you did a great job.
Just a bit of apology, by the way, if you aren't seeing the replays that we're talking about, we're trying to sort it out. But I think we can see replays, but people watching perhaps can't. So
Oh, okay.
that might be confusing if you're back at home. And this was the, we are watching, so if you are watching it, we'll still talk about the replays because we are seeing them. Yeah, so we are sorting out those replays, so apologies if that was frustrating. We weren't quite aware of that until just now. So that's why I left the commentary box. That's why I missed Serato. Now, a Gat on the slab on the far right.
It would be her fourth top.
I'm rooting for her, I'll be honest. I want to see 4 out of 4 for her. And Erin McNeice is fighting hard on the zones here. Gets stood up, nice and powerful. And look at that from Erin McNeice. Absolutely what I expected.
Well done, Erin.
Who is this here? This is Thomas at the top as well. He's having a good round as well.
Oh, did he top?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I think. Maybe not. Yeah, no confirmation. He looked disappointed then. And Max Milne down on the left. He said on an Instagram post how much he enjoys climbing in Korea, and he qualified high up in this semi-final.
And Miho Nanaka is out as well.
Now, Miho is a big friend of yours.
Yes.
How is she doing? Because we haven't seen her climbing for a bit. She kind of had a bit of a break after the Olympics.
Yeah, she's been having a good break. I don't know, she's just been enjoying her Korean food life for the past few days with me.
I like that. I want to know what Korean food now. Is there any specialties? Look at this from the top. Paul, can he get there? He's got that big drop knee in. That's a lot of man to fit in a small space, but he gets it in. No, he doesn't.
That's the Jurisdiction part that I was talking about.
Well, his height worked on the
There you
first
go.
lap, but
Miho
not the second.
tops. Second person to top the first quarter.
Whatever you're feeding her, it's clearly worked.
I chose like healthy food last night. She wanted to go for like something heavy, and I'm like, no, you have semi-final tomorrow.
I like in a way that you are claiming that you are part of Miho's if she gets through the finals, which I think is fair.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think that's. I don't think I can take the credit for that.
I think you should. You're now the nutritionist for the Japanese team as well.
That's way too far of a name for me to have.
Max is going to top out the slab as well. Good work from him.
That's awesome for him.
Yeah, great work from Max. He loves Korea and he's performing well. And the gap back down to the mats. So she hasn't sent this yet. Minute 30 on the clock. Up towards the top hold, holds the left. Paul, this is where he fell before, brings the right foot up, kicks it, misses a couple of times it. And now it's in and makes the match. That was a good recovery from him. I thought he was in trouble for a moment. And Adam Shahar as well, I think he also topped out the route.
I think we also missed out, but Zilia also topped the women's too, without us knowing. I was like having a hard time trying to find her on the mat, but she was already back in the ISO.
Great work then. And she's done. Agat, last chance possibly here. 36 seconds. She's in first position, and I think she'll stay there regardless. Well, certainly in a finals place here, but she'd like to get this done as she powers her way through. Left foot on the crimp, slaps with the right hand, wraps to the left.
She's definitely got enough time for her to be slow enough on top, but...
Well, she says goodbye. It's still 3 out of the 4 for her and the zone. She doesn't want to leave. She's going to have to with 6 seconds.
I'd be quite surprised if that was enough for the finals.
You reckon? Interesting.
If that wasn't enough for the finals.
It wasn't. Oh, we see. Sorry, I thought it was enough. Yeah. No, I would agree with you. I think she's through.
Because we have 5 people left to come out, and all of them have to perform as well as Agat did.
And this was Zelia Abazu. We watched her. We're seeing it in the replay now. Palming off, pushing through, hit that black slope up, caught the right foot. Good work from Zelia. And this was Miho on the top as well. May, the nutritionist, making sure she's fueled up and sending boulders. Good work.
Fun fact, my sister is actually a nutritionist. But I don't know anything about it.
So if you get offered a job as the actual nutritionist now, she's going to be very angry.
Yeah.
Poor Jen's got it the second time through on that. All right, Jen So is finishing off her competition on the slab. Anže Pahak launches quickly into the first yellow blob.
So is Mao almost in the top already in the third quarter as well.
Yeah, boulder number 3, very climbable for these athletes. Does, of course, put a bit of pressure. They'll know that everyone's sending it, but I think it's easy enough that that's not really a problem. And Mejdi as well. The top from him. This is going to be a close one at the end as we come into the last couple of athletes. Who's going to get through?
With the men, yeah.
Annie Sanders pushes. Oh, falls. She got her first medal recently in copper for lead.
I've been loving her, like seeing her improvements on her dynamic moves.
Yeah.
Because I've known her for a very static, like kind of American Aimori.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of setters from the US told me. Because she's been very dynamic for the past year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, she's sometimes like lead climbs her way through boulder pits. You know, she's got that style where you're like, hang on a sec, if you had a rope on, this would be on a lead wall. So, chalks up. We think it would be awesome if she makes finals here.
I think she would need to top this one though if she wanted to possibly have a spot in the final.
Yeah, I think an outside chance, isn't it, at the moment? Annie creeps her way up. That static style you were saying made the stretch. She travels the world with her mum mainly. And Annie, another one who's a little shy, but is starting to come out of that shell slowly. It was a big ask. I mean, she came onto the scene when she was 15, suddenly the world's media for climbing is upon you. It's a lot to deal with as a young athlete. Oh, flicks that hand. Now, if you've tried that, but not a lot has had the power to do it. So, Diane Akhtar with 3 tops in the zone. Tomoe Narasaki, Paul Gempt after that. Down to 6th for Sorato. Momentum launches right. And So gripping the edge of the volume here. Trying to find a solution through these bad feet.
I think that's like the screw hole. That's a good crimp. Oh, there it is. I told you, it's a good crimp.
If you have muted fingers, absolutely. Coming up to the minute mark here, not long on the clock here for the athletes to get these final few boulders done. The middle section of the wall is empty, all that cleaned out. So Seon-So stands up now.
40 seconds, do you think would be enough for her to top up?
I think it's going to be a big ask. We'll have to see. Chalk on. That's the crimp right on the edge of that top circle. She's ignoring it, goes up into the left hand instead. Out onto the slope of 10 seconds, mate. This is going to be close. And Annie, we think, as well, got a top. She's going for the jump. No, not enough time.
That's so close for her.
Well, she'll say goodbye and she'll have to nervously wait to see if that is enough. Hopefully we'll get some scores in a minute so we can see where we're at. But remember, you can follow on the app as you watch a replay. No, not a replay.
This is a replay of them coming out.
Yes, helpful. So on the scoreboard at the moment, as we update things, we have Agat at the top spot, Aimori, Erin McNeese, Jilulo, Melody Sekawa, Jessie Piltz, Georgia Tessio. Is top 7. So Seon-So outside of that at the moment. So yeah, so 10th, so won't be a finals place for her. And this was Annie at the top, had a crazy high heel in and made the match at the top. So Erin McNeese on the slab.
Would this be her third top if she tops? Because I don't think she topped the first one. Yeah, she got the zone on the first one.
So Erin creeping her legs across now. Three minutes 53 on the clock, lots of time. Paul Gempt rest, look at, I think that's Zelia Abazu. Yes, it is, on the top. Yes, it is. So that's another top for her. 2 and a zone now.
Great job, Julia.
And Ritsu and Staba is out on the first border. Ritsu is the shortest one in the team, and Meiji is the tallest one. I think they are like around 25 centimeters apart from each other.
Wow, such a difference. That's what I mean when it's tricky for setters. You know, we have that big range in movements, and the setters are very aware of athletes' heights, and they will. Something would have to go very badly wrong to set a boulder that's impossible. Now, Paul Gempt. Oh, he's using a knee. I love it when Paul uses a knee. He's got 3 tops so far. He's fighting for this one. Slap left and misses it. Ooh.
I say Melody is quite stubborn, but he's the most stubborn athlete that I have seen.
I like this stubborn way you're describing it. So you're talking about like that, just not giving up, keep on going, fighting for boulders, that kind of stubborn.
I have never seen someone like him who hates having a boulder that he can't top. Like, he doesn't really talk about his height, which I really love about.
Sorry, Max went for a big kick to the left.
And the fact that like Ritsu is able to move almost same as like other athletes that are like plus centimeter taller than him.
Yeah, I like that. You never kind of consider, there's a lot of things you talk about when you think about athletes, and stubbornness isn't one that brings, you know, springs to mind immediately, and now you've said it, I'm going to be thinking about it a lot. I want to be more stubborn with my climbing.
Let's go, Erin. You got it.
Erin has got 2 tops, 2 zones so far. She's in second. If she can get this, I think she'll guarantee that place. Let's see. She's going for the big jump up.
She got the height, but she was a little too far. I think the top hold is just like so tempting for everyone to jump for because it's so high profile. But the jumping off position is really bad.
Yeah, because the right blob kind of gets in the way of the jump, I think. It looks like you can jump between them, but it's sort of an awkward road through. Does that make sense? So if we talk about there. I haven't seen her for a while as well.
I think if Daba also took a long break after the QS.
Yeah, I think for her, you know, if she hadn't been a Japanese athlete, she would have qualified for the Olympics. But because of the way the quota system works, you know, she didn't. And again, Max, huge fall there. Yeah, that's got to be so difficult to deal with when you know you're good enough technically, but you're outside of it because of just how hard it is to be on the top of the Japanese team. It's tough.
But she said that she was really happy to compete against Miho and other athletes that's been in the Japanese team for a long time. And it's just like, I love their friendship as well as how competitive they are at the same time.
And it's good they can keep that. Paul Gempt falls. Yeah, the French team had a similar thing, you know, especially with the men.
Yeah, that was also very heartbreaking to watch.
It was so stressful. You just knew how much was going on behind the scenes. This was Zili Ravers who sent women's 3.
That's the way you were looking at Matt. I think you thought
with the left.
Yeah, with the left hand.
Goodness, I actually got something right. Thanks, Chase. We haven't seen much of this boulder, especially not the start of it.
I think it's because it's one of the easiest boulder of the round. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it because it's not easy.
Yes.
But one of the most toppable boulder, I would say.
Yeah, there's always that caveat. Whenever we talk about this level, we are talking about the world's best climbers against the world's hardest boulders. Just be aware of that. Someone messaged me the other day saying that they were in a gym and they watched the Japanese team climbing and they hadn't realized how good they were because on TV you just don't get it.
True.
And they were at the gym warming up on the hardest boulders in the thing and they were like, oh, I see now. Yeah, they're very good.
We went to a small gym near the hotel yesterday and it was just like 10 Japanese people, 10 Japanese athletes, with like 2 local climbers, and they were just like, well, just well.
Yeah, you just sit back and watch, don't you? Well, Mejdi, quick top from him as well. Gets the thumbs up from the judges as he leaves. Plenty of time to rest for Mejdi. It's going to be a battle for the top 6 here. Yutong in the middle.
Mejdi also got 3 tops in the round.
This is Sam Abazu on the top, makes the match. Just a zone on that first one, so he's got a top on the second.
Seems like men would have to have at the very least 3 tops.
Sota Amagasa as well is starting off his comp. Now there is an appeal for Katia, by the way, on Boulder #1 that's come through, so that's being looked at now. And there's also an appeal on Thomas on Boulder #1 for the top. So, appeals coming through all over the place. And they might not be revealed before the end of the round, remember. So when we go off air, they might still be worked out. There is Mao on her final time.
I think it's quite unknown, but Mao is very known in Japan for like how good she is on the slab.
No, I didn't know that, so yeah, it's interesting. Are there lots of slabs in Japan? In the gyms?
There's a lot.
So she should like this one then.
So we have kind of like V11, V12 slab outdoor. Looks super tall. And she finished it within 1 day.
Wow, well look at this. She made that jump work. Incredible stuff. Now finishing things off in the style that she likes.
That's the smile that you're talking about, right?
Exactly. It just like, I don't care if an athlete smiles or not, honestly, but it's something about the way that she's clearly loving climbing that makes me love climbing more, and I'm a pretty big fan of climbing, let's be honest. Sota Amagasa stands up into the top. Quick from him as well. Well, not quick, but he got it done within the time. Minute 14 on the clock left from him. And that is
Anna? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's...
So let's see how much she has been working on these dynamic moves then.
It's kind of sad we missed Miho on that top.
So Annie steps up, fires into the zone hole, but can't quite get to grips with it yet. We know how hard it is. We've seen some. It seems like you would find it quite easy or really difficult, this move. And she's not enjoying it. Frustration from Annie.
Yeah, it's one of those moves whether you like stick it within 2-3 tries and then you always stick it, or you just don't stick it for the entire 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just throwing yourself at this first move, but now she's in. But that's not a lot of time
10
to finish
seconds
this.
with a slow move on the finish. At least she got it down.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was good work from Annie. She kept fighting to the end. That zone might be important. This is Mejdi launching left.
Was that a flash for him as well?
Might have been, yeah. We are.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I'm sorry we aren't seeing the scores too much. We'll try to get them.
I mean, the IFSC app is pretty up to date, so...
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Representing Republic of Korea, Chung Jong-won. Representing Japan, Ano Matsushi.
So we are trying to get the score sorted out for you. And Mao Nakamura there on the top. She gets going, rocks out left, pushes through. And John is underway.
Look at him. He's in the slab.
So this is his anti-style, right?
Like super anti-slab. Like his younger brother, who was also in this World Cup, has been training him.
Oh, so his younger brother's been training Chon on the slabs?
Yes.
That's cool.
By setting a slab for him. But like I said earlier, we don't really have a slab in Korean gyms. So like they have to basically make a slab by putting a wooden volley mat.
Okay. And we've got the scores now. So our top 6, you can see on the right as Miho leaves, and for the women, Agat leading the way down to 6th. Mao Nakamura, she's in a bit of trouble there with just 2 tops. Aimori's in, Erin McNeese, Zilia Abazu, Miho, we saw her leaving, and Agat, of course, on the top spot. So that's how our top 6 do as we come into the last couple of athletes now, not many remaining.
That's Anna Matsufuji.
So Chon has stood up on this no-tech surface here. Looks towards the zone.
This is the move I was worried about for Ritsu. I don't know if he is able to spin.
Okay. Yeah, it's stretched out, isn't he? And yeah, you were saying he doesn't talk about his height a lot.
But there are certain things that, you know, you just can't really do anything about.
So Zilia Abazu in her final time here. She's in 3rd. This is the slab. Watch Mao just now cruise through the top of it. So she's palming up.
Getting her right foot up.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Finishes her round also with 3 tops.
Yeah, it's the angle of that jump. We've seen a few athletes just hips away from the wall, and when they jump, they just move further away from it. But she was straight as a diver, straight towards the final hold. Great work from her. Chon goes for it. He misses the pocket with the right foot.
I don't know whether he just doesn't want to go for it, or...
Yeah, just standing on that jib like he was trying to do, that'd be a big move to do. And even this is trying to do it kind of dynamically.
I think as his friend, I would be happy with him getting a dome, which he did.
Yeah. So maybe job done on his anti-style here. Leg elbow heavily taped up there. Oh, wow. He trusted nothing on that left foot.
That wasn't bad.
Work from him. I did have a chat to him about how long he'd be carrying on climbing, and he sort of hinted that he might be at the later half of his career.
Yeah, I think he talks about that too, but I'm going to keep it secret until he says it himself.
Yes, exactly. But I'm just enjoying watching him as much as I can at the moment. So he gets the right foot on the jig here.
I guess Do-hyun, Lee, and Chon climb all together all the time, but Chon's more expressive on the mats than Do-hyun.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to Do-hyun yesterday. He was saying how much he just likes climbing here and how special it is. Chon, with 4 seconds to go, had another go at the top, but it's going to be just a zone for him, which might be enough. But his job done.
I mean, it's interesting. We've seen tops on each border, but we have yet to see anyone top all 4 borders.
Yeah, it's good separation. It's nice to see that. That's what we look for in a round. And this was Zelia's jump. Just look how straight she goes towards that.
That looks so secure. And it gets double topped as well.
Good work from her. Drop knee in. Made that match on a giant volume up there. Well, the last 2 are coming out. Osh McKenzie from Australia got her first ever medal, which again is one of those stats you just think she's won medals, you know, in my head. But she got her first one last week? 2 weekends ago in Prague in a boulder comp, looking very good during qualifying. And then Dokyun Lee, we talked about how much he enjoys being out here, and he's on the mats. Oh, look at that wild swing from Sam. And a very Sam double heel hook rest. Zhang is finishing things off. Annie Sanders gets, double stacked. See, she's lead climbing that boulder.
That was very lead climber. If anything, like outdoor lead climbing method that we barely see on the bordering semi-final round.
Yeah, hardly ever. That was cool from Annie. You do get the younger athletes thinking outside the box sometimes, but I think Annie she like has her style and she manipulates the boulders to suit her style, which is fun to watch. And this is
Natalia.
Oh, sorry, Osh isn't out yet. I said Osh was out there, but she's not. Oh, that's not so good at all. So a nasty shoulder there, it looked like. It's all right, I said Osh was out. It was 2 athletes ahead. It's because the announcers talked about Osh, so I thought she was coming out.
She had a quick top on the first one.
Oh, she has been out then?
Yeah, it's her second one.
All right.
She's on the second border.
Okay. Natalia, hopefully that shoulder's okay. Go down in the zone. Where's that left foot going? It's going on the friction bit, sliding down there. I can't believe that. I keep remembering Tomoa doing that move and making it look so good, but everyone else has been struggling with a similar movement. Looks down at the feet here.
이도현 선수 천천히 무대 중심을 옮겨나가고 있습니다.
Yeah, she doesn't quite find that.
We've seen quite a bit of methods out for that move though. Like some people crossover, some people somehow switch their feet, which I don't know how they are doing it.
So Diane still leading the way. There is Osh Mackenzie on women's 2. Paul Jack down in the danger zone is Thomas on 6th. In 6th. For the women's Ilya Abazi now leads the way over Agat. Down in 6th is I Mori, who's in some trouble, and Annie Sanders, who has a boulder to go. Natalia launches. That shoulder seems to be okay at the moment. It's the left hand, it's down, that shoulder again, she holds it. Well, we know how much of a battler Natalia is. I remember when she hurt her knee in Salt Lake City, I wanted her to stop climbing, but she carried on. She fights through injuries. Ooh, Dokyun loses the left hand, saves it somehow.
1분 남았습니다. 1 minute left. 충분한 시간이 남아 있습니다.
Dokyun's struggling with this left foot.
천천히.
I think I've only seen Tomoa do that move with the step up. Oh, and now he's making it work.
And he's now going to get that top. So he did it the Tomoa way, which is difficult. Celebrates on the way down. A good start to his competition.
Sota barely makes it work. That was an awesome top.
Well, with 23 seconds to go. And there's Osh Mackenzie having a wrestle with the zebra here.
So Natalia making the top work.
Oh, but look, you can see that shoulder is in some trouble. What a fight from Natalia, though, to get it done. The physios will go backstage and try to help her out now.
So does Sam for the top.
All go here at the end, the last 30 seconds or so.
Did we see like 3-4 tops in the last 30 seconds on this round?
Pretty good, eh? Entertainment for you back at home. And then Annie Sanders with that ridiculous double D stack down low, which we didn't see in the replay. Made the match on the top.
I have to be honest, I sometimes hated it being 5 minutes in the semi-final Because 4 minutes and 5 minutes makes a big difference. Because if these rounds were in 4 minutes, we would have missed like 4 or 5 tops.
True, yeah. Yeah, it's an extra minute because the athletes don't read the route. So when they come out onto the mats, that time is built in so they can check it out.
That's also another reason why like final borders seem to be a little bit more like complicated sometimes because they have longer time and then they actually have time to chat with other people.
Ritsu gets that done. Forget the height thing. And leaves the mat. Yeah, and we love to see that chat. I was talking with a colleague last night actually about how much, you know, it's nice to see the athletes against the wall, as Max makes that. It is part of our sport. Tops all over the place here. Futaba, easy on women's 3.
So many tops happening in the beginning this time. My brain's not ready.
Yeah, we're trying to compute things as we go along here. We are saying goodbye to boulders from now on as well. So as we go from left to right, we will just concentrate on the middle section and then the far right of the wall as we near the end. More Chon style this?
I think so.
Leaderboard on the right, it's close. Michi Narasaki is down in 6th at the moment, but there's some draws along the way with Paul Jem and Nejdi Shout. Will move away, goes for the kick and the flick. That's, to me, such a scary move. Like, you know, if you miss that left foot, your head is definitely pointing downwards. I'd be nervous.
Anna's sick in the zone. And Miho getting quite high up on the slab, which I'm quite impressed.
His palms are trying to find some kind of friction in here.
So she's one of those athletes who try her best not to grab onto the screw holes.
Why?
I don't know. She probably doesn't realize she could. But she also loves climbing in the intended way. So sometimes when the borders are breakable, like you can try other beta to get through easier. She tries to stick to the intended beta.
It's a different kind of stubbornness, that one.
I think so. Or maybe she just missed seeing the other beta options. Because when sometimes the move feels so close that you might be able to stick it within like 3 tries, you end up keep doing it. And Chon's the similar in that kind of sense.
Kind of a bit old school, isn't it? I think the younger athletes are spotting different things sometimes.
Yeah.
Anon jumps right. Gets that left foot back and she finds the jib now. Has Anon just got bad wrists? Because she always seems to be taped on those wrists.
She has always had issues with her wrist, so she takes care of it well.
Her as well, falling off the top. I think it was you who told me that she has very bad skin, and you can see her looking down at the skin there.
She was able to save her skin well on the last qualifying round though.
That's good because there's a lot of climbing this week. It's a triple header. Speed is tomorrow, then lead at the weekend. I'm surprised he hasn't got this yet. Much better, he does it this time. He's so fun to watch.
For once, I want Dokyeon to do that same thing. Maybe on the same stage if they get to go to finals together.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it, if they were climbing together?
Miho is still pretty close. Top in the 4th border, but I think she's secured into finals.
top of that jumpy men's problem.
He needs to push.
Actually, and then Futaba did it similar to everyone else. High left toe. Some have gone low left toe. I think Erin did it like that. And Max, meanwhile, he enjoyed this moment. It was right at the beginning of the round. Brought the right foot up. Palming up underneath, and then finally the match. Smooth stuff from him.
He would probably have to top the last quarter, though, for Max, in order to make it to final.
There's a work to do for him. And then that was the celebration with about 10 seconds to go on the clock. Awesome work. All right, we're back in action. Annie's on the slab. Let's see what she can pull off. She will definitely be chalking up throughout.
No, Max is secured into final.
Okay, so we'll see Max again.
Because it was on his fourth quarter.
Natalia doesn't seem to have any strapping on that shoulder. We know this is an easier boulder, and she does absolutely cruise it. Yeah, I thought she might come out with some tape on that shoulder, but maybe it's okay. Look at this. Meichi as well gets to the top. And Oshi's in action.
Forced into top all 4 quarters.
Wow. Do-hyeon wants a brush. Yeah, Natalia is still, look, you can see her moving that right shoulder, but there's no tape on it. You can sometimes do that thing where you semi-dislocate it, you know, when it kind of like feels like it's popping out a bit and it's not quite in place. Maybe that's just my shoulders. But it looks like it was that kind of a movement, you know, where it rotates in a weird way. Annie on the slab here.
Must to be her first attempt, and she's been on the wall for 2 minutes now.
Yep. Really, it's usually you'd maybe get a bit bored if an athlete spends that much time on a boulder, but I like how long it takes her to figure stuff out. You know, it's there's a lot of skill in turning boulder problems into lead routes. There's Do-hyeon. His teammate left it to the last seconds to get this boulder.
I get Osuna McKenzie finished it pretty quick that I didn't get to see it.
Oh yeah, we'll see a replay at the end of the round, I think.
It's always really hard to have like 8 athletes on the wall at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to keep up with it. Well, this is Lee, who goes a completely different method. And look at that scoreboard. Max Milne and Diane Akbar, 2 British athletes through. Miho leading the way for the women. Pushes a gap further down. Erin McNeice now in the danger spot in 6th. Mori, she's just walking around in front of our commentary box actually, but she is now out of the final. Yeah, Mori's weakness is boulder. You know, if we take her as a combined athlete, boulder is where she struggles, but she's getting closer and closer.
And I think there was like a really, really big argument about the height disadvantage.
Yeah. And she replied saying it's nothing to do with that really.
Yeah.
It's a power thing, which...
And it's just her like super anti-style. And I looked at the boulder and I think it's her dominant foot and the start hand, like which hand was better, was offset. So it was hard for her to generate her power into non-dominant foot to jump towards the start. So it's just like, sometimes that works.
Yeah, so it's impressive, you know, the fact she can do that then.
Like there's disadvantage for being tall. Like for Paul, if he has to be super scrunched up, then someone shorter than him would have a better time, easier time.
Yeah, so there has been a lot of chat online about that. And it was actually good to see her come through because I think a lot of people have been getting some feedback on that one, put it like that. Myself included, but we do check with the setters. We make sure that the athletes can reach the holds. You know, it's not something that is not thought about. All right, Do-hyeon Lee fires upwards again. He is gonna have to find something in the last 30 seconds.
I mean, this boulder might be one of those boulders that may be toppable within 20 seconds if you do everything right in seconds.
Sochon do it. Can Do-hyeon Lee do the same thing? Up he goes with a right hand. 13 seconds on the clock. He has got time for this. Adjusts the feet. He's going to just fire in. Oh, so close. but that is problematic for him in terms of a finals place.
At least got its own, so I think it comes down to the attempts for the last two borders.
And this was Natalia, got it done really quickly as we'd expect. I'm still concerned about that shoulder. She immediately grabbed it on the way down.
Sota topping the third border as well. So I think this is his third top too. Maybe we see a few people having 4 tops. Oh, that's a different method.
Yeah, Annie wrestling her way through it. And did she do it? Yes, she did. Great work from Annie. Well, this final's changing all the time here, but it wasn't a top here for Dohyun Lee, who fell. Couldn't recreate that incredible moment we saw from Jungwon Chong earlier on. Well, fascinating end to this semi-final here as we wind things down with the last couple of athletes on the mats. Sean gets up towards the zone in the far left of your screen. And on the far right, Futaba finishing things off. Stuck with just one leg on. As she creeps the left down. Slowly does it. Now puts a bit of rubber on the hold.
And also Rito topping the fourth one, and I think that was a flush. I'm not sure if that would be enough for him.
Sean is in as well. That could be a flash too. Oh, this man. Just loving being in Korea climbing here. Yeah, he lives outside of the city, but he's staying with the team in a hotel close by. Just soaking up all the atmosphere from this great event. Anon now took her time resting down low after the jump. Flicks up towards the top. Yep. Job done, but it's not the best of scores from her overall. So just 2 tops in the zone so far with 1 ball to go. I think he's going to leave her outside of that finals. Taba sitting in 8th. She needs an upgrade here as well.
She would have to top, I think, in order to put her into the finals, according to the 10th.
So much tape on as well. Both wrists, 2 fingers on each hand taped.
Yeah, her fingers has been tweaky for a very long time, but she didn't really have proper time to rest. So that's might also be another reason why you didn't see her on the World Cup circuit a lot.
Okay.
Because she can save it up for QS.
Yeah, fingers are so tricky, aren't they? It's like rare that it stops you climbing completely, but to heal them is really hard. I remember COVID sorted my fingers out because I couldn't climb, and suddenly I was like, wow, this is what normal fingers feel like. You do sometimes just need to step away and let them heal. Futaba, it's quite blind here. She tries to find the right position.
I don't know what she's holding on to.
Nothingness. I mean, there is a line there, but it's not a hole. It's not an undercling, but she's made it into an undercling. Minute 20, she checks the clock. She knows time is running out here. And she must top this boulder. Up again. It doesn't look too tiring, but I think there's a lot of leg muscles in action here, you know. And by the end of it, you're going to feel pretty tired. Crimping the edge of the wall here, just the thumb in as she drops down onto that left leg. But she's very stretched out here. I think that pop over is pretty hard to pull off. She needs to bring her weight to the left quicker than she's doing currently.
think it's one of those quarters that makes people question whether they should go slow or fast to get to the zone. And I think she's choosing to go slow, not trying to go fast.
It looked better when she was fast, but she's going to run out of time. So Futaba is done. She's outside of her finals place, down in 8th as it stands. She leaves the mats. 10 seconds transition time as usual. Let's see some replays here. This was Jongwon Chon launching his way over, landing on that white volume, firing up towards the purple holds. And then he had a little bit of a battle to bring that right leg up, but that core working hard as he finally found the hold, and the quick match and the crowd went crazy. And Anon, easy stuff. Got that crimp, as we've seen most athletes do. Hit that final hold, quick match. All right, Natalia is underway. A chance to give those shoulders a bit of a rest after all those overhangs.
Sota and Natalia both have a chances of having 4 tops for this round.
Could have been a clean sweep, and Sota just took a big fall. Osh will cruise through these moves.
It just always looks like she's warming up.
Yeah, I know. Supported by both the sisters who travel the world with her. Seems like a really fun team to be part of, that one. And imagine after this she'll be looking forward to going home. She's been in Europe for a long time training and competing. Now Lee needs a top here, and he's going to get one if he can bring this right foot up. Ooh, something different. Oh. Yes, there we go. So that's 2 and a zone for him.
Men's result is looking really close. It's come down to the attempts with 3 tops with 4 zones. So even if both Dahyun and Chan tops the 4th quarter, I think it comes down to whether they can squeeze themselves into finals with the attempts to the top.
Okay.
Or attempts to the zone.
That's a tight round then. Natalia has 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. Her teammate Annie Sanders got this slab done. A few have along the way. Natalia's one who trains slabs quite a lot. Sota much better, but wild with the legs as he helicopters onto the hold and then campuses up towards the ball. Looking more comfortable here though, as he finds the pinch, makes the match. Just the top to go. Should do it. Now that's 4 out of 4. See, that's going to bump him right up the leaderboard from 8th.
Into 2nd or 1st, maybe?
Yeah.
Meiji also had 4 tops.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see when the attempts are calculated. And just another reminder, things might change when we go off air. We saw it happen in Prague when Erin McNeese got pushed down. Natalia's still struggling with that shoulder.
I guess thinking about that, they have a bit of a push into getting their foot up for prepping for the final jump on the top. Unless you want to do it with Annie or I'm already dead, which also would require a lot of push from right side to left.
So maybe not a rest for the shoulder then. Scoreboard on the right, keep an eye on that because things are very, very tight here. Ritsu in 6th. Mejdi, Paul Jem, Diane.
I think Ritsu's going to get pushed out because Sota is going to bump himself up into the 1st or 2nd.
So that score maybe not quite updated yet. And then Erin in 6th. Natalia Grossman already guaranteed here.
So it comes down to Oceana, whether she tops or not.
It's an interesting final, that one. If it stays how things are. Oh, big fall from Natalia as she comes down. Yeah, Miho Nanaka won her first gold in Boulder in 5 years back in Korea recently. So it's a place that she likes.
We're talking about the last year?
Mm.
Yeah. When there was like a heavy rain.
Yeah, poured,
And then-
yes.
And semi-final turned into final.
Yep, that one. I remember sitting at a tent by myself. It's just the heavens opened on us. Right, Natalia eyes up this last move. She falls again. And maybe that's that push, you know, she really has to pull. And that shoulder is a big issue here for her. I mean, she doesn't know she's in, but she is going to call it. And she'll have some time to rest this. The physios will get to work. And hopefully we'll see her in finals tonight. This was a replay of Osh kicking those legs, but cruising as we'd expect from her. It's funny, at the end of the season, you know, it has been a long one, and these athletes have, you know, to get through healthy, I think any elite athlete is always battling some kind of a niggle at some point.
Yeah.
And by the end of the season, it's time for a rest, for sure.
Mentally too.
Mm.
Having to train and having to have like the very tough comp with not so easy schedule, with like traveling all over the world with the jet lag too.
I'll tell you what, you're already the Japanese nutritionist now. You could be the mental coach as well. We're lining you up jobs here, mate.
No, I would just say no with no comment on that.
Dokian launches left.
I think that's Chon.
Oh, it's Chon, sorry. Up towards the ball. Come on. He's in 13th.
The fact that he's in 13 with... Let's see where that takes him to.
Super high scoring round, but he celebrates with the crowd. Muscles out for Zhongwen as he soaks in that atmosphere. Great to see him out on those mats, climbing well.
I think he had secured himself into the final
Okay.
with one less attempt.
Good. That would be exciting for the crowd here. So, Anon, she's got 3.5 minutes. And we can just focus on her, with no one else out on the mats.
She's also, her slab skill has improved quite a bit within the past few years.
Do you ever set for like international teams, do they come to you and say, look, we want this kind of a boulder, can you set those? Does it work like that in the setting community?
I've heard there's places like that. And if I get offer overseas, they usually have like specific type of climbs that they want me to set, but not for that level of athletes.
You see the scoreboard on the right there. Things are very tight here. And the women, Erin is still hanging on. A gap down in 5th. Watching Anna, who is down on the leaderboard at the moment. 11th place for her. Slab comes out towards the left. A couple of minutes left on the clock. So she's a move away again now, pressing.
She does still have a chance to squeeze herself into finals, maybe?
She's going to have to do it quick then, she has. Minute 50 on the clock here, and she's got to the last move, but doesn't look confident on that last sequence. She will rest and clean those shoes up, using the brush just to take the chalk off the bottom.
So for Anand, I think, apparently I told everyone a lie a couple years ago at Hachioji World Cup, because I said that she's been training on the tuna thing on women's 3, and I thought she liked them, and it's one of the worst holds that she can hold on to.
So you've now corrected that a couple of years late. We'll put a retraction on the IFSC website.
Tuna is not her favorite hold.
I remember when the tuna came in a couple of years ago, it was kind of a talking point. It's, I remember they had such a big one that I could climb inside of the thing.
I can definitely fit inside. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did climb inside of it. Yeah, they can get really big. Okay, well, she got here before, out with the left hand, and she'll get set for this last move.
And this would be her last chance if she were to maybe top this quarter.
Fighting for it. Left palm wrapping around, pushing.
Trying to find a spot for her left hand.
Foot goes. I think that's it for Anon. Yeah, she will say goodbye to us. So down in 11th, not enough for a finals place. Are we on our final boulder here? Final climbers? I think we might be here. Yeah. So last climb is here.
And for both men and women, we don't know who will be in and who will be out until they finish climbing.
Yes, and remember appeals here. I haven't had any come through that I've seen, but there might be some that get put in, especially when it's this tight. When it is this tight, coaches push their luck a little bit with appeals, so we might see some things change. Wait and see. That was Chon at the top. Great from him. Celebrate. Look at that. Okay, Osh McKenzie on the right, Do-Hyun Lee on the left. Every zone, every attempt vital at this point in the competition.
So the funny thing is that if Do-Hyun flashes, then Paul, Mechi, gets kicked out of the finals. And if he doesn't, then he won't be in finals.
Oh, wow.
Even if he tops.
So that tight. It's crazy.
That tight.
Oh.
And it comes down to attempts to the zone.
So, so he needs to flash the zone to stand a chance?
Yes.
Okay, so this is massive for him. He goes up. He's in at the moment.
Oh, this is very stressful to watch, knowing like one thing can change the result.
He has hit the zone on the flash. Like Sam tried to do. He wants the heels up, decides for the campus. May has lost the ability to speak next to me. She's just super nervous. Do-Hyun Lee brings the right foot up.
I mean, he looks quite secure.
I think he's in. Yes, he is. So that changes everything on the leaderboard. Things will flick around. We'll wait and see for those scores to be updated, but that, he needed it quickly and got it done. There is Annie as she walks around in the audience.
That is so, like, one of the closest score that I've seen in a very long time. Because we've had a lot of like really, really hard semi-final rounds where like maybe one top with a few zones are enough to secure the final spot.
But I've enjoyed it. Sometimes when it's this tight, it's a bit boring because there's lots of flashes, but this has been nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I think I can't imagine being like one of the few athletes to come out thinking that it would be enough with like 3 tops with 4 zones and then they get kicked out because of the attempts.
Tough one, isn't it? All right, Osh gets stood up, nice and slow from her. Works those feet over, looks left. She's in 9th. Can she make it? You've been doing the maths at the moment.
If she tops, she would. If she doesn't, Erin stays.
Okay.
Erin has been on 6 for a while, and
Yeah, she has.
I have been stressed out about her, but somehow she's doing.
She's hanging on, but it all comes down to Osh McKenzie now. She's trying to make the match, does, kicks the foot onto the no texture. Creeps it onto that left crimp now. Delicate stuff as she comes onto the non-hand on the right. With the left hand.
On the screw hole. I just really think that's the beta at this point.
Yeah, seems to be the way, eh? The right foot she doesn't
But
like.
she's fairly much taller.
She might get set for the jump here. Oh no, she doesn't. Spins down. Oh, she's going to keep us guessing here.
This is so nerve-wracking.
She's currently 1 spot beneath the finals place. Really tight.
Really, really tight.
Minute 30 on the clock here, everyone. Oh, yeah, look, and we're looking at the men's. The scores are all drawn down in 7th, with Paul and Mejdi on the same score.
With 1 attempt to the zone.
So Osh will reset 1 minute to get this slab done. 1 minute to try to get into the finals. Left foot up onto the cone. Here we go again. She can't make any mistakes at this point. Left foot finds the goodish bit of that hold. But this was the move where she didn't look so solid when she matched these feet. Up she comes, and this is the foot match moment. She'll kick that left onto the no text. There's the kick, and she makes it work. 30 seconds.
That dedication for, like, we can see on her face.
Oh, how is that finger still in? It's in a hole. So much.
It's not so bad.
Oh, it worked. You were right. So here we go. This has got to be it with 10 seconds to go. It's now or nothing for Osh. No, it's not going to be enough. Down she goes, and that will leave Erin in 6th. We will wait, remember, for these appeals. I'm almost sure that they will come through. So by the time we'll come back this evening, things might have altered, but we will give you the results as they stand right now as we watch a replay of Do-hyun, who had to flash this as well. He stressed us out throughout the comp. Was finding form when the pressure was on. He wanted the heels. He tried it a few ways and then just decided to campus, as is the method, I think. Made that work, and then the match at the end finished things off and secured his finals place.
Do you think they dialed down their difficulty for the men because it was so harder for your goalies?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't talked to them about that. I mean, highly likely, I think. I think it was the conditions that changed things. They were setting in much colder conditions. Let's see the provisional results. Meiji Narasaki, Sota Amagasa, Max Mill, Jeong Won-chon, Diane Akhtar and Do-hyun Lee are our top 6 as they stand. Paul Jempt and Mejdi just pushed out. Ritsu and Tomoa as well down in 9th and 10th. Super, super close.
You can't really see why Do-hyun 6th and then Paul in Mejdi 7th, but they are 1 attempt away in the zone.
Yeah, and the 2 USA athletes, Charles Barron and Adam Shahar, just outside of the top 10 in 12th. And we'll see the women's results as well. Miho Nanaka leads the way, great from her. Zelia Avazu, Natalia Grossman. Annie Sanders, Agat Kali makes it through, and Erin Moniz. But it was close between her and Osh McKenzie. Came down to the last couple of seconds of that competition. And then the 3 Japanese athletes, Aimori Futaba Ito and Mao Nakamura, they will miss out as well, 8th, 9th and 10th respectively. And on in 11th, the Chinese missing out as well, 12th and 17th for them. Lily Abriat down at the bottom, Madison Richards with a good round. And Jian So, her first semi-finals in Seoul, but it will not be her first finals. A shame not to see her climb again. Well, mate, thank you so much for joining me. I know you're going to be coming back for the lead semi-final, so looking forward to that. And I will be back for the finals later on this evening. Co-commentator to be confirmed, but someone possibly quite unique we haven't had before. So thank you very much, May. I know you're going to go and celebrate with some athletes.
Maybe not. I try not to interact with people who are going into finals because they want to take their own time away. And if I talk to them, some people from the audience are like, "Oh, it's time for the autograph." So I try to be someone who I don't know anyone in the circuit.
All right, well, we will see you later on. Thank you so much for joining me. We will be back for the finals tonight, 6 p.m. here in Seoul. What a great competition. The wall will be reset, and we will see you very, very soon.
CGV. Boutora Gomi is an ultra-comfortable, down-turned performance climbing shoe wrapped in our Neo-Fuse sticky rubber that is best suited for steep sport climbing and bouldering. The Gomi gets back to our tradition of carefully pairing comfort and performance. The Gomi is marginally softer than our other aggressive models. Some of the features found on the Gomi include Boutora's own Neo-Fuse sticky rubber, a large, thin, sticky rubber toe patch for excellent sensitivity and grip while toe hooking, Boutora's Power Rand that